joined forces with Labour. We were, you were all witnesses to what happened in Ojota. We, at the level of JAF, operated roving the state to ensure that there was total compliance and that the strike continued. What we were told was that, please, gentlemen, we have seen your capacity to mobilize the Nigerian people and to resist obnoxious policies of government. But could you go back? These and these and these and these are what we will ensure would happen as soon as you allow us to deal with the situation. Today, I'm sure, I was listening to one of your guests. You know I'm always listening to channels. Only yesterday, one of the Shopee committee members, and it was you who kept emphasizing this 80-something billion.
18 billion.
18 billion, in respect of which you went back to the National Assembly. Where exactly is this money? Such level of ambivalence regarding where our money is what crystallizes, or if you like, rationalizes this perception of the Nigerian people.
No, but he also says that the people seem to be fixated on the federal government aspect of it, that a lot of money is going to states.
As a matter of fact, and I think I can mention the state, we haven't kicked off effectively, but some people from Ebonyi State who have come to my chambers to say, please, how do you want us to do it? I mean, go research into it. Let us find a legal way to find a way of knowing what is happening to our own portion of the Shopee allocation. Ebonyi State, I'm mentioning the state. And that from their record, they have gotten not less than 500 billion.
500 billion.
Accruing to them on account of that.
500 billion?
Well, that is a story.
that is almost, that is more than the budget of the federal government Shopee.
The figure is not as important to me at this stage as the filtering away of what has gone.
That figure is going to be very important when people start talking about it on the streets.
Perhaps you just take the aspect of my story that clearly emphasizes that there are states, because you were asking what are the federal people are concentrating. I have just returned from Delta State. I went to my village with a speedboat from Delta State. I can show you photographs.
You went there with a
I went to my village. I have the photograph right here. I can open my phone and you see.
And you couldn't do that before?
Sorry?
You couldn't do that before?
I am saying that a state like Delta State, because we're asking about state, what is going on in states, up to this moment, have towns that you can only access once it's raining through boat. River Niger. I had one mention on this studio how I lost 3 persons instead of 1 because an auntie fell ill and because there are no accessible roads. They put him on the canoe. You cannot tell a sick woman to paddle the canoe alone. So they had to join 2 or 3 persons. And behold, there was storm. Instead of losing the auntie who was sick, we lost 3 just to go and seek medication.
But could it also be that?
So in direct response to your question,
about the states,
it is that we have perennially, I hope my language is right, because sometimes when we get terribly agitated, not by reason of our inability to be led by the nose, but by reason of that insult as it comes in droves.
From where?
From government.
No, what about the states?
I'm not even answering your question. I'm reacting to. So ask your question.
He's still on the question as to, what does he say to people who are not optimistic about what's going on? He's talking about, how he wishes he could douse the level of cynicism, but he can't blame them because just as an addendum to that, you have also been in that category, someone who just can never see anything good coming out of the government. What exactly is informing your optimism on this particular matter?
That would be slightly uncharitable to me. I have actually had cases.
I know I'm being extreme.
As a matter of fact.
But I know that every time, you have very strong words and you criticize very strongly too.
I hope constructively too.
Well, that is objective. That is, you have to be objective about that. So those whom you criticize, I don't think that they would think you're being objective.
I have had government officials, very serious ones and senior ones at that, call me after some of this opinion to say, do you know what? We agree with you. But our hands are tied. We can't speak the way you are talking about. Therefore, I reserve the right to respond to my conscience within the confines of my knowledge and within the context of what I understand is playing out in this country.
You're right.
I have also had cause to appreciate government officials who, in my humble view, have performed in a way to respond to the need of the people. I have had cause to even the police that has slammed so hardly.
Mr. Ugwumadu,
I have had cause.
In fairness to you,
yes, sir,
we give you that. We concede that to you. But we're saying on this particular matter, what informs your optimism? Perhaps that could actually ignite the optimism of other people whom you intend to reduce their cynicism.
Well, I think, thanks for that question, but I think in a sense you're actually trying to make me... Look, I started in two minds. I said, yes, whereas it was fantastic that they, and when I say they, the government, has now appreciated, because they can't run away from it, the necessity, the urgent necessity to have this dialogue on. However, the Nigerian people should own it, not for the purpose of owning it, but for the purpose of ensuring that the original idea for which the campaign has persisted in the country for over 2 decades now must not be lost. If you take cognizance of that last leg of my presentation, you will find that it's not so much about, or it's not all about optimism. It is a mixed feeling. Okay, one in which we are managing to congratulate them, yet saying that, look, as usual, we need to effectively ensure that this thing which we are talking about is not...
Give us your perspective quickly before we go on this. How will the persons who will eventually get to this conference be selected?
My friends, Tony Ranta, Femi...
No, not the members of the committee.
Should tell us. That is the essence of what they...
That's advisory.
Well, the advisory is...
But they will still get... Won't they get recommendations from you
surely
for onward transmission?
They will, and the processes have been documented. The whole exercise has been documented. The ideas on how to evolve that have been documented. But I'm saying that they now owe us that duty to present it to those who have appointed them. That these are exactly what... They've done it even in the past. The Pronoco was
so it shouldn't be...
of what...
It's not
an
rocket science?
No.
All right, we'll have to let it go. The Ugwumadu is a legal practitioner and the public affairs analyst. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
We'll return after this. Please join us again if you can. All right, welcome back. Well, now we'll be focusing on a different matter, as you might have seen in that welcoming slide. Mr. Albert Stephen joins us now. He's of the Save Adamawa movement. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, there's this, I'm trying to see, is it this 3.6